Did you hear the footsteps? Oh. There's a car there.
Exploring forgotten, isolated places alone often invites unpredictable dangers, from a mysterious stranger silently passing your doorway in the dark, to a zip tie deliberately fastened to your car handle overnight. If your solo trip turned into a nightmare, how would you escape? Meet Bear, a father of 2 boys and an experienced adventurer. He records his spine-chilling expeditions and shares them on YouTube through the channel Exploring with Bear. While many of his trips lead him deep into the unknown, he is usually accompanied by close friends. But tonight he heads out alone into the center of a haunted forest, a place very few people dare to enter. The video was uploaded on September 10th, 2024. As night settles in, Bear drives farther into the forest, his van the only light cutting through the growing darkness. He stops, steps out, and starts a campfire, its flames dancing against the spreading shadows. The forest is quiet. It seems like it might be a peaceful night. Little does he realize it will be anything but that. Bear, always eager for adventure, begins his night of exploring.
I really don't want to do this. I'm hearing noises all around me already. Is that whistling? This is insane.
You can see it in his eyes, a disturbing feeling that he isn't alone. He brushes the thought away, blaming it on his imagination, but his instincts are sharper than he thinks.
Oh my goodness, I thought somebody was standing right beside me. Man, I haven't even started the walk yet. This sounded like somebody back there in the woods. Okay, I want to try to walk a little fast to get us to the barn, because it's a long walk.
Bear speaks quietly to himself, trying to push away the creeping sense of fear. But the forest has a way of playing with the mind, and tonight it is only beginning. Bear moves deeper, his steps uncertain, as he approaches an old barn hidden deep inside the woods. The barn, covered in graffiti, abandoned and rotting, stands like a relic left behind by time. But something about it feels wrong.
My heart is freaking racing.
With each step, the atmosphere grows heavier, pressing down on him. He struggles to keep his nerves steady, but he continues, determined to uncover the secrets of this forgotten place. And then it happens.
Did you hear the footsteps? Footsteps just came from up there. Oh, that's so loud. Shh, shh. There it is again. Oh my goodness. There was nobody here. There was nobody here. I feel like I want to puke. No freaking way. No freaking way. Hello? I got my thing in my hand, guys. I'm ready. Right now, if I have to be. Hello? I heard you walking up here. What? Oh my goodness, my heart's going so freaking fast.
Bear stops, his breath catching in his throat. If you replay the video and listen carefully, you can hear it as well. Footsteps, clear and distinct, coming from the loft above. But when Bear checks, nothing. No one. Only the echo of his own heartbeat pounding in his ears.
Oh my goodness, freaking footsteps. There was nobody there. I know you guys had to hear that. I just want to be back in the truck. I just want to be back in the truck.
Frightened but trying to remain calm, Bear hurries back to the van, choosing what he hopes will be safety. But safety, it seems, is far from certain.
Oh, no way. Man, I am hearing crap all around me. That was like a hiss. I don't know if you guys heard it. That might have been something more spiritual. I don't know what would have hissed like that. I can't even tell you how I'm feeling right now. And I don't know why I keep feeling like there's something right behind me. And I seen like a figure. I really thought there was a person.
Every instinct tells him someone or something is behind him. He quickens his pace. Little does Bear know his instincts are correct.
I'm seriously thinking about putting the camera down and running back to the truck. Sorry guys if the camera's crazy because I've really been not paying attention to it. Sorry.
He finally reaches his van, but the forest still isn't finished with him.
Man, I hope you guys heard that. I don't know. A little while now. Thinking about that. That was legit somebody walking. Clear as day. Twice. Man, I feel tired. But at the same time, my insides are still like, I still feel stirred. I feel restlessness like up in here.
He believes the worst is over, but exhaustion takes control, and he falls asleep, at least for a short time.
There's something outside. I did fall asleep, but it sounded like something hit my truck. What is it? Oh, somebody's there. Somebody's there. So where's my freaking light? Where's the freaking... Hey! There's a car there. Where's my keys? Where's the keys? Somebody was trying to get in the truck. Where's my thing? Where's my thing at? Where's my gun? There it is. Okay, hold on. Somebody's just trying to get in the truck. Oh. Hello? Who did that?
But then someone tests the door handles. Who would move through the forest in the middle of the night trying to get inside? Bear steps out, checks the area, but finds nothing. The fear is real.
I'm gonna head home. Where's my keys? Okay. I'm about to head home. Somebody was just trying to get in the truck. Imagine if the doors wouldn't have been locked. I might have still been sleeping. I don't know. I know I'm leaving now.
Though shaken and uneasy, Bear decides to leave the forest. He packs up quickly and drives away. As the van disappears into the night, one question remains. Who or what was out there that night? And why were they trying to get into his van? Sometimes strange sounds in the woods can have simple explanations, but moments like this leave people wondering what really moved out there in the darkness. If you had been alone in that forest and heard someone trying your door in the middle of the night, would you stay and investigate or leave immediately without looking back? Meet Ravi, the creator behind the YouTube channel Rav Roving, where he documents solo road trips, car camping challenges, and spontaneous urban explorations. His content blends curiosity with minimal preparation, placing him directly into unfamiliar environments with little more than a vehicle and a camera. On June 22nd, 2023, Ravi set out to car camp in Chicago. What began as a simple overnight experiment quickly changed once darkness settled in and the setting replaced novelty.
Okay, I know Chicago can be pretty dangerous. Honestly, looks like some historic buildings. I'm pretty sure I can park here. I'm gonna try to find a spot that's not as crowded. All right, this'll do. So I'm gonna hurry up and get my window covers up and stealth camp the rest of the night. That's like the suburb that I'm in. I don't know how much sleep I'm gonna get tonight, but I'm gonna try to be as quiet as I can.
After driving through unfamiliar streets, he stopped in South Inglewood, an area widely known for higher crime rates. With limited choices available, he parked, installed his window coverings, and sealed himself inside the vehicle for the night. As visibility faded, the sounds of the surrounding streets intensified.
I've been hearing gunshots for like the past 30 minutes. I don't know if you guys can hear that. So I'm gonna watch some Netflix to try to distract myself from what's going on out there. I need to try to wind down and sleep so that I can do things tomorrow.
Gunfire echoed repeatedly in the distance, distinct and frequent enough to feel sustained. The shots continued for nearly 30 minutes. With no realistic way to relocate unnoticed, Ravi remained inside, attempting to wait out the situation.
So I'm pretty sure someone just tried to open my door. Okay, I'm gonna be really quiet for the rest of the night. I'll see you guys in the morning. I was very on edge. And now it's time to get out of here.
Later, the vehicle suddenly jolted. The sound was unmistakable. Someone pulling on the door handle from outside. Ravi froze. Someone had approached the car while he was inside. Morning did little to ease the tension. Although daylight returned, the unease lingered.
Alright, I need to go get showered because there's a lot of things on the agenda today. I need to try to find my way. So I just stopped to get a drink, and coming back, I just realized there's a zip tie on my handle. Now I gotta try to figure out how to get this thing off. I don't think I have scissors.
After briefly leaving the area and returning to his vehicle, Ravi discovered a zip tie tightly fastened around the driver's side door handle. It was not loosely placed, but secured with clear intent. Whether it served as a distraction or subtle intimidation, its presence confirmed that someone had approached the vehicle again without his awareness. The rest of the day passed without further incident as he explored the city, visited public parks, and walked along the waterfront, blending into Chicago's daytime rhythm. In environments like this, small actions can carry meaning even when nothing overt happens. Sometimes it's not the obvious threat, but the subtle details that stay with you. If you had been in that situation, would you have stayed the night or driven away the moment things began to feel wrong? In December 2025, YouTuber Ghostia entered an abandoned building while a violent rainstorm battered the structure from outside. The location had long carried rumors of being haunted.
I literally just saw something pass by. That was so weird. You know what? It could be homeless people at our store too, so you never know. Hello, anybody there? All right, so I'm kind of a little afraid to go in because it's so hard to tell. I heard a couple of noises, right? But also, I saw somebody pass by, listen to what's actually happening. All right. Hello, anybody here? Oh, wow, look at this. It's like hair combs on the floor. They're everywhere. Close this umbrella real quick. Anybody here? Come in peace. So creepy in there. If you don't want me here, let me know. I could leave. And it's everywhere. I literally just saw something pass by. Oh my God, yo, what the hell's going on? That door literally just moved. Oh. Somebody's there walking. Yo, this is crazy. There's like so many combs here, but it's not like somebody's walking here. Oh, should I go first? Yo, now this is insanity. Oh, that was me. Yo, that is crazy. It's like it used to be a hospital or something. Hello, anybody here? See, oh, so maybe the walking that I heard was this, the water drops here. So we could take that off. Oh. Hello? All right. Hello, can you stop playing with me? Who are you?
Without warning, a chair moved, not slightly and not because of wind, but sliding across the floor on its own. Ghostia had already positioned multiple cameras in separate rooms to document the entire investigation, determined to capture any unexplained activity. Maintaining his composure, he began a spirit box session, directing questions into the darkness and waiting for any indication of paranormal response.
Oh, the chair just moved. Something just dropped. Hello, how you run? Can you come out? Yo, this little chair literally just moved. I caught it. Hopefully I caught it, because once I turned, the chair literally just moved, and the chair was not like that at all. Is it funny? It sounds like somebody running from the back. But I just almost died. Walking. See heavy foots. Listen, if you wanna make more noise or walk next to me, I'm gonna be in this room, okay? Let me see something. I feel like they're like curious to see what I'm doing. Dude, look at this place. Oh man, I don't know what to do, to be honest with you. And it's still raining. And you can see how bad it is. Look at that, so water. My feet nice and soaked. A lot of stuff is actually happening, so I'm gonna try PSP7 session. Hopefully we get some crazy activity happening. There was a few noises here, bang. Could have been a table, could have been a chair, could have been this, could have been anything. I'm gonna do a 5-minute session, PSP7, ask a couple of questions. I do have my voice recorder, a few things in the back, and I'm gonna set it up and make sure that I catch everything. Capture the whole room, put something in the other room, capture the whole room, and I'm gonna use my little single camera that I use. I'm a little rusty, but a lot of stuff is happening, which is pretty good, amazing. This is crazy. This is crazy. I haven't done this in a long time. I've been taking my little breaks here and there. Literally, I just heard a voice. Hey, female. Hey, are you a female? I heard you. Can you say something else? Yo, this place is crazy. It's the only time that I have. Let's do this. All right, so right now we're gonna use a PSP7. We're gonna see what we're gonna capture and what's gonna happen. All right, so I have a device here in my right hand. There's a lot of activity happening here. Can you tell me your name? Ritual. What is it, Ritual? Are you the one making all that noise here? Can you tell me a little something about you? I wanna know, was that you making all that noise here in this room? You're gonna wait for it? What you mean? Are you gonna do something about it?
Switch.
Yes, switch. Who are you?
Ellen.
Ellen. How many spirits are here? We're getting a lot of good response here happening.
What started as a standard exploration quickly shifted into something far more unsettling. The unexplained movement, combined with a heavy atmosphere and lingering uncertainty, left him visibly shaken. There was no clear cause and no obvious source, only the growing feeling that something inside the building had recognized his presence, and whatever it was, it didn't seem finished interacting. Moments like this often blur the line between coincidence and intent, especially when movement happens without a visible trigger. Sometimes it's not what you see, but what reacts when you're there. If you had witnessed that chair move on its own, would you have stayed to investigate further or walked out immediately? The Flex Tapes is a UK-based exploration channel known for entering abandoned, isolated locations. On February 13th, 2023, he finds himself inside a remote farmhouse sitting in the middle of rural British farmland. Upstairs, in a cold, dust-covered bedroom, he lies awake. Sounds that would mean nothing anywhere else suddenly feel intentional. The bedroom door remains open. He listens closely, and just before the first unexplained noise breaks the silence, he senses a subtle shift in the atmosphere. Then it happens. A man walks directly past the open doorway. There's no doubt about what he saw. Instinct takes control. He immediately switches off every light and lowers himself as quietly as possible, careful not to make a sound.
See, I was hiding down, I slid down there as much as I could. Right, so luckily I had no lights on, so that won't giving away that anyone was in there. I mean, you can't see it. I haven't bumped into anyone. I know I've got the torch, but if I see someone now, I'm just thinking it's some walker, and I'm not in the house, so I'm pretty safe.
Eventually, he decides to leave. Slowly and cautiously, he exits the farmhouse under cover of night, listening to every movement as he walks away on foot. Halfway back to his vehicle, he stops. Several glowing eyes stare at him from a distant hillside. Panic surges again, but as his vision adjusts, he realizes they belong to sheep standing silently on the slope above. When you're alone in a place like that, even a single sighting can change everything. Maybe it was simple trespassing, or maybe it was something more complicated. If you had seen someone pass that doorway, would you have stayed hidden, or walked straight out without looking back? Rickles Outdoors is a UK-based YouTube channel centered on solo camping, bushcraft, and immersive outdoor exploration. On January 13th, 2024, Rick sets up camp in a remote woodland area in the United Kingdom on public land near a working farm. As dusk settles, he prepares his winter campsite and eats a simple meal beside the fire. The forest remains still and quiet, with only natural ambient sounds drifting through the woodland. At this stage, everything feels calm, isolated, and entirely normal. There's no visible threat, no hint that this peaceful overnight trip is about to shift into something unsettling.
Heard a muffled lady's voice right behind me. Jumped up, I couldn't see anyone. Well, I'm back in the car, knackered. Yeah, I keep hearing these voices, like moaning type sound. Okay, but then it sounded a bit odd. And I hear this like muffled sound from a woman going, like that. What the hell? I was in the middle of nowhere, pitch black.
Then, without warning, a low moaning sound interrupts the silence. At first, it resembles distant livestock from the nearby farm. However, something about it feels unusual. The unexplained noise hangs in the cold night air, and the quiet woodland begins to feel less like peaceful solitude and more like deep isolation. Remaining alert, he scans the darkness around him and hears the muffled sound again, this time resembling a faint voice. Looking back toward where he had camped, he notices a glowing light in the distance. It looks like a fire, and beside it, a white light, possibly a lantern.
I wasn't sure. I was sitting there, eyes all around. Then I heard the man talking again, muffled sound, away from where I camped. Looked back, and I could see like a glowing light, like a fire, like maybe a lantern or something. So I reckon it could have been just a couple camping, doing the same as I'm doing. But, you know, if I stayed now, I wouldn't got any sleep.
Deciding it may not be safe to remain, Rick begins packing his equipment. He leaves the campsite and returns to his car. The following morning, he comes back to examine the area in daylight. The woods appear empty and undisturbed, yet faint moaning sounds can still be heard somewhere in the distance. Whether the noise came from livestock, wildlife, or something else entirely remains uncertain. After reflecting on the experience, Rick believes leaving that night was the right choice. In places this remote, sound can travel in strange ways, and isolation can amplify every detail. If you had been alone in that forest, would you have stayed to figure it out, or trusted your gut and walked away? That's it for tonight. Which moment creep? Drop it in the comments. Have your own story, share it with us, and stay tuned. The next one is even darker.